Welcome back to K&M Bricks. Today, we're going to kind of look at the city, go over the city for the last time for 2023. Next year, we're really going to push and do as much as we can in the city and hopefully be able to have a completed city or close to completed. At least kind of the main layout completed, get the roads all 100%, the sidewalks, and all of that stuff, get some signage and different, I guess, the core city stuff set up, like we're wanting to do some bushes and stuff along the street, and kind of all of that stuff. We've pushed a little bit this year, not as much as I wanted to get the actual the main layout for the roads completed, and the train track. I think the train track is 100% where it's going to live. It's now just getting the road to work with the train track, since we have the track integrated into the road plates. I don't want to have the road and the track separate and take up more space. We don't have much space as it is for the city, so just wanted to integrate them together and take up less space by doing that. Kind of give it like it used to be old, and it's kind of been all renovated, but the streets are still kind of old-ish kind of feel, I guess. I'll kind of go over that in this video and show the couple new buildings we've put in the city this year. You can see two of them right now, and that's the History Museum right here, and then the big tower, Avengers Tower, back here, as well as the castle back on the mountain, or not really a mountain yet, it will be. Hopefully we can do that this year as well. So to start, come down the main street here. We've got how the road is going to be. We're still trying to decide if we want to do the plain no gap between the track and the sidewalk, or if we want the gap with the white line and the sidewalk. This white line is going to be all throughout all the other roads in the city. So we're trying to decide if we want to do it on the side of the track as well. Most likely we will. Just trying to decide what we like better. But to start right here, we got the Botanical Garden from the Friends set. We will probably pick up a second one and close off the corner of it at least. We might just leave it the L shape. And then, of course, the diner. And then modified jazz club. We gave it a full base plate instead of the, I think it was like a 3/4 base plate or something. Just added a little bit more space to it. And then we've got the police station. And then next to the police station is the new History Museum. And then on this side of the street, we got the Boutique Hotel next to Assembly Square. And then the Parisian Restaurant. And then next to that, we have not quite a doubled detective's office, but we did add an extra floor to the detective's office and 2 extra floors to the apartment section above the barber shop. Next to that, we have we built a small apartment for Peter Parker, and then we have the sectum next to that. Across the street from that, we have the corner garage that has been reversed so that the entrance to the vet is on this side instead of this side, and we've put the garage entrance on that side. And across the street from that, we have the Ghostbusters HQ firehouse with the Ecto-1 that was the official idea set that we've shrunk down to 6 studs instead of 8 studs, and it fits in the garage, and it fits in the garage much better now. And then of course we have the Avengers Tower, and then next to that, this empty spot here is where we're going to have the Sitcomplex apartments. We have, of course, the Friends set, Seinfeld, the Office set, and a couple others that we want to integrate into that. Hopefully that's a project we can do in 2024 as well. I've been slowly collecting parts for it, so we should be able to do it. Next to that will be the mountain for the Lion Knight's castle to sit on top of. I'll go over that more a little bit later in this video. And then going around the corner from the tower, we have, I think it's called the Old Fashioned Store. It is from a module building book that we got off of Amazon. Next to that is the Pops Pop Soda Factory that I built. Not sure if this will stay in the city or not. I built it as a background for vehicle mocks, so we might end up tearing it down and putting something else there, possibly. Over here, we had started a Lego store next to, not necessarily a comic book shop, but like a comic kind of superhero base store with memorabilia and collectibles and stuff. Next to that is the tuning garage that we took and combined with a couple of the 3-in-1 city sets, and we now have apartments on top of the garage, as well as a little restaurant with an apartment on top of it next to that. And then next to that, we have the Birch Books bookstore, and then the other half of the Jazz Club, which is the pizza shop and the tailor. We hopefully will be adding another floor to that as well. And then next to that one, on the corner here, we have the brick bank that we've added a floor to as well. Hopefully all of the buildings in our city, we will be adding another floor to them. Might not be in 2024, but it is a plan we have for in the future. Across from that is where our residential area is going to be. You can kind of see the houses we have right now. The one at the end of the street. So this one at the end of the street, I built when Tron Legacy came out. It is the house from that movie, built on shipping containers. Next, and next to that, we have Emmett's Dream House. That is 2 of them sets combined with a few extra parts. I'm not sure if we'll keep that or not. For now, that's where we're keeping it until we decide if we want to change it or not. Next to that, we have a house that I wanted to experiment with. It is a lot of 1x plates, 1x1, 1x2s, 1x3s, and 1x4s in different tans and grays and browns. I wanted to try to have like a random brick texture to it, and because of the colors, I thought it would work really well with like Star Wars. So we have a couple Star Wars figures on it, as well as kind of like alienish space type plants on the front. Next to that is our blue house. That is another mock. Kind of use the same technique of the 1x plates on the top floor. Just kind of randomly threw parts together and get an idea of how it would look. We might end up rebuilding that. Not 100% happy with it. But then the one next to that, that is one of the townhouses from the Birch Bookshop that we've added a second floor to, or a middle floor. And then next to that, this one I really like. It is a Victorian style house that we built. I'm kind of wanting to possibly build more of this style house, but maybe in different colors. Kind of have like a Victorian looking street, maybe. I'm not too sure yet, but I like how it turned out. And then next to that, we have this little neighborhood park that I wanted to have in the residential area so that the kids had somewhere to play. We picked up the Pirate Treehouse 3-in-1 set and kind of turned it into a little bit of a playground here. And then we have what was going to be a Ferrari museum / dealership. Built it. It's got this really cool kind of big double door, glass panel door on it. Not sure if we'll keep it. We'll probably end up dismantling it. We used a lot of 1x2 dark red masonry bricks, as well as the light bluish gray profile bricks. So we'll probably end up dismantling it and using them parts on something else, most likely. And then of course we've got the train track that runs all the way through the city. And what we've done there, you can kind of see here, is use the 1x2 dark orange tile to give it a cobblestone look. And then in it turns, we use these 2x4 dark orange tiles that we got off the Pick a Brick wall at the Lego store. And that will be on this curve, as well as this curve coming out of the tunnel. Behind the residential area, we'll have the wall for the medieval platform. And on that wall, we'll have the tunnel for the train. And then underneath that is where we'll have the subway train station set up. And above that is our medieval, where our medieval village will be. We'll have the Viking village here. As you can see, we've built the 2 sets that we got, and built one regularly, and then the second one we mirrored. And that was more for the towers. We want to integrate the towers into the wall that we built. These great halls, we are going to most likely combine into one bigger one. And then here is a wall that we did. We are going to redo this. Like I said, we want to integrate the towers into it. So we're going to pretty much take it completely apart and start from scratch. And then on this side, you can't really tell with all the parts sitting here. This is where the castle village will end up being. Lego next year is releasing an updated medieval market. We are getting at least one of them. We plan on to pick up 2 of them. And the one we will build as is. The second one we will use for the parts and build our own buildings and stuff with. The treehouse idea set, we don't really have a space for it yet. It is not going to be in the medieval area at all. It will be on a shelf somewhere. It's just sitting here for now. Behind what's going to be the medieval village is going to be a mountain for the Lions Knights castle to sit on. We're not sure if we'll keep the castle as is. I kind of want to rebuild it and make a castle of our own. Not 100% on that yet or not, but that's kind of what we're thinking. And then this area here that has our old Iron Man Hall of Armor on that got blown up apparently is going to be a forest, which I am working on right now. This Hall of Armor, I'll most likely end up rebuilding it all and having more of a display unit to put on the shelf to display all the armors, all the suits. I was wanting to put them in the tower. I was going to build a base for the tower and have them all in that, but I've decided I want to be able to see all the suits. So we're going to end up making a shelf unit instead. And then the forest area is actually right here. As you can see, it's still work in progress. I do have the stream coming down where it splits, and there is a bridge with the trail. And then over here, we have the rocky kind of hill cliff that we then have the sword and the stone in, where this brave knight is going to try to pull it out. And then you see the DeLorean back there from Back to the Future. That is going to end up somewhere in the forest, and it is going to be covered by trees. And then Doc Brown and Emmett is going to be... Is it Emmett? No, it's not Emmett. That's from Lego Movie. Doc Brown and Marty McFly, get my movie straight, are going to be in the medieval village somewhere, camouflaged in. So that is kind of the overview of the city for the end of 2023. Like I said, we got lots of plans for the city next year that hopefully we'll be able to accomplish it all. There's definitely lots we want to do, as well as kind of straighten up our display shelves a little bit more. They're a little messy right now. You can still see some of the wiring from the LEDs and stuff hanging, and just lots of stuff kind of spread out. We want to get it straightened out a little bit and get some more sets on display. And then, as you can see, we have more sets on the floor and more stuff under the table. And then under the shelving displays, we have our part storage. That's part of the plan next year, is to just straighten everything out. So that's part of our plan for next year, is to get everything straightened out, get things a little more presentable, you could say. Less cluttered feeling like it is right now. Lots of ideas and plans for next year. Hopefully we'll be able to do that. Mav is getting to the point where he's able to do a little more with the smaller bricks. Right now he has a few Duplo sets that he loves. His favorite is the Spider-Man house that we got him for Christmas this year. He's definitely in the Spider-Man phase. And everything he has got Spider-Man on it. His shoes, his jacket, everything is Spider-Man. So that's our plan. We definitely want to Spider-Man's house that we built, or apartment that we built next to the Zectum Sanctor. We want to rebuild that as well. It was kind of just thrown together real quick one day, and we'll take it and kind of build on top of it, or I guess on top of the idea of it anyways. And then I think just hopefully be able to go through the city and have more of a finished look than it is right now. Having these white sections next to the road definitely is not finished. And as you can see, even right here, we're working on sidewalks, trying to figure out how we want to do the sidewalks, what kind of spacing we want, and all of that stuff. There's a few buildings we want to change up. We want to add floors, make all the buildings taller. Since we only have a little bit of space, we can't really go wider with the buildings without losing space quick. So we want to go up instead. hopefully we'll be able to add a floor. The main one I want to add the floor to first is going to be the museum, the National History Museum that just came out. Um, for being the biggest module set so far and it only having 2 floors, I feel like it's missing a little bit. So we want to add a 3rd floor to that, as well as I think the jazz club. I think we'll add another floor too, and then of course the diner and the pizza palace, or the pizza and Taylor building from the jazz club. And then there's a couple other buildings that I want to build. The sitcom tower, which is going to go right here in this spot, of course. And then we've kind of been thinking about picking up the Daily Bugle. I think there's 2.5 base plates back there, and the Daily Bugle will take up 1, and then the sitcom tower will be the other plate and a half, and give us kind of a skyline at the back of our city. And then, of course, getting the platform done, and the medieval village. We definitely want to push the medieval village this year as well. Like I said, with Lego releasing the medieval market, that will definitely help us push that. We're thinking about picking up a 3rd Viking village set to build a couple more buildings with, and have for the extra Viking minifigs and stuff. That Viking village set I just set is really good bang for the buck. I think it's like 2,000 pieces for like $100, which is really good. Has lots of really nice techniques and part usage and stuff in it. So I think we're going to pick up the 3rd one of that to help do some more buildings. I don't know if we need more Viking minifigs. I think I've already got over 100 of them that I've mocked and pieced together and stuff. I think we might have to take some of them and change them up a little bit, make them more of to go in the medieval market instead. I had ordered them when I was planning on making the Great Viking Army to kind of take over the medieval village. I don't know if I want the fight scene anymore. I think I just want like a daily life kind of setup. That might have been if there was a Viking village outside of a medieval place like in Paris or something, somewhere over in Europe. That's part of why I'm not sure if we want to redo the castle. I kind of want to redo the castle to represent a castle that would have been, I guess, belonged to my ancestors. I'm part Scottish, and there's an island over there that there's a castle that belongs to the McLean clan, and it's actually one of the oldest castles. It's was actually supposedly built by Norsemen, Vikings. So having kind of the Viking village outside of that castle would be kind of a good way to tie all that together. The only problem is that castle is very square and plain. So I'm not sure if I want just a plain looking castle in my medieval village. I don't know, with having the ancestral tie to it, I might do it just to kind of tie that into our city a little bit, and one day kind of go over the history of it with Mav and teach him about our family and everything. But yeah, I think that's what we're thinking for 2024. Hopefully we'll be able to complete. What do you think of our city? You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it big?
Yeah.
Yeah. What building do you like? Do you like Spider-Man's apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go right on it.
Can you show them what you got?
Look at go.
Where's our? Well, that's a 4-wheeler. You ready to say bye-bye? So we'll play. Say bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.
We'll see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
See you later, crocodile.
Crocodile. Okay. Thank you for subscribing.
Bye.
And watching. Yeah. We'll catch you on the next one.
What?
Yeah, catch you on the next one.
It's way.
Okay. You ready to go play?
Uh-oh.
You ready to play?
Uh.
Yeah.